Welcome back. Today we are starting with Zoe, who is going to try and join the resistance. And I did skip the Welcome to Batuu section of this, adventure for her. I thought that that would get repetitive and boring. So we are starting with our first resistance mission, and we are here in the resistance camp looking for people to talk to. And it's actually a little harder than it is for the first order path because, I mean, the first order is kind of in charge here. So the resistance has to be a little more stealthy, has to be a little more guarded. So Zoe is here trying to talk people into telling her things. So she has to be friendly with them and ask them questions and, try and get them to open up a little bit. So they eventually admit that you need to ignite the spark with someone. And so we do that with this person here in order to get a mission that kind of tests Zoe's resolve. Leap of faith is what it's called. So she is going to try that. And of course, a lot of these missions involve messing with the First Order. So that is a tough one. And honestly, I thought it was going to go similarly to the other one with Harper, but it doesn't, which is interesting. I mean, it's kind of hard to tell. Like, for example, we're just kind of scoping out some stuff and surveying the supply crates. And, I didn't think it was going to be that big a deal. Like, if you're surveying a supply crate, like, we saw people do it all the time. And um, then Kylo comes over and, like, attacks us. So that was shocking to me. I thought that it was going to be a little easier to get around. Um, I think maybe the discrepancy is because we didn't really go to the resistance camp until the very last section of the First Order aspirations. So I'm thinking that this is definitely going to be different. And honestly, I think that that is pretty cool because it is technically the same aspiration, but the track is so different. And I actually really like that in the gameplay, that they really take into account what it would be like to actually be part of this group. And so the only annoying part is that we get booted out every time we get caught. So we have to be a little more stealthy this time. And so we just need to talk to a stormtrooper. So I don't think that that is super suspicious, just saying hello. So we go back to the resistance encampment to let them know that we are committing. So Zoe is going to join the resistance, and she is going to let these people know, and then go again for her second mission. And after a while, you can either click Ignite the Spark or see missions, but for right now, we clicked Ignite the Spark, and we have to, for the aspiration, introduce ourselves to 3 resistance members, explore the caves. So we're starting with saying hello to people. And of course, she is totally enamored by Rey and just wants to only talk to her. So have to kind of tear Zoe away from her for a second. But we do say hello to this woman here who was the woman who beat up Harper in the last one, which is kind of funny actually. And then she checks out the caves before getting her second mission. So that is a good one. Honestly, the cave thing is kind of boring so far. I'm sure that there will be more pop-ups in the future, but for right now, it's just you go in and then you come out. But anyway, we are working on Zoe's second mission, and a lot of them take place in uh, the other areas. So while we were able with the First Order to kind of stay with the First Order district, it was actually a lot more travel for the resistance side of things. And here is where I was not smart. Um, I was looking for a scoundrel to give us a data spike, and so I was asking Hondo and also this guy and trying to make friends with them, thinking that that might get us the data spike if we, get closer to them. Maybe they need to trust us, but none of that was true because there was another person that we were supposed to be looking for who did not have anything except for their name. Like, it says scoundrel above this other person's head. It says scoundrel contact. So we were really supposed to be looking for that person, and I didn't even realize it um, because I thought that, it doesn't say, I mean, it does say, it says from the scoundrel contact, but I really thought I didn't know that there was a specific contact. I don't know if that's my reading comprehension here, but um, I was looking for someone with a symbol over their head. That was not the case. So we spend way too much time talking to these guys. And so I'm just skipping ahead to when I figured out that I was going down the wrong path, and we find our contact literally right in front of us. So we are able to get the data spike from her, although I clicked that and then it just kind of disappeared and I was a little concerned, but um, it's maybe some glitch. Zoe just kind of appeared outside and this person had to come back, but she did give her the data spike. So now we're going to head over to the First Order district in order to actually use the data spike. So we need to obtain the access codes and then disrupt the transmission. So she is, I'm just keeping an eye out for any stormtroopers walking around, trying to make sure. And then she kept trying to go talk to people, and I was like, no, Zoe, we're being covert here. Um, but that is how that went. And then when someone was walking by, we just kind of walked away. Nothing to see here. We're not doing anything suspicious. But I didn't really know what to do here. I mean, sometimes they walk by and they notice you, and sometimes they walk by and they don't notice you. And I don't really know the difference. Like this guy is just standing there, and I'm thinking, does he see us? And then another one comes, and I'm like, is this backup? Like, are we are we getting booted from this place? What is going on? They're just staring. And so we just keep going. I mean, well, so nothing to see here. I'm just exercising, just doing a few push-ups. Nothing suspicious. And then, I wonder if it's because a lot of the time when you go to a lot, Sims will start to converge on your location because it's, better for gameplay that community spaces are more populated. But here, I'm thinking, no, go away. Like, don't bring any stormtroopers near here. So, anyway, we are working on getting those codes, and Zoe keeps getting electrocuted. But we have plenty of data spikes from Harper, so I am not concerned about wasting them just guessing which thing to click. And then we go over here to disrupt the transmission. Now that I know where this control panel is, I mean, I spent long enough looking for it last time. And we are just looking around and making sure that there is no one around to stop us. And now we're going to go back and report back on our second mission. So good work, team. Also, my only complaint about the resistance encampment is that everything is so far away from the location that you appear in when you go here. So it's actually a long walk for Zoey to get all the way over here, which is kind of annoying. But, you know, what you gonna do? So these three are really the head honchos here in the resistance. Um, so we are on to the next part of the aspiration. And Zoey is making friends fast, but she does want to recruit some Sims. And I think, you know, my mistake here was not getting a new mission right away. Instead, we're just going here to steal from supply crates because that's part of the aspiration. Also, we want to get a droid, so we are going to go with an R droid this time, and it is blue and red. But other than that, we are just going to break into a couple of supply crates. And, you know, we have some practice with that. Also, I thought that I might be able to recruit some Sims, but I didn't even realize that we're not level 2 yet, so we can't recruit anyone. And this is a huge waste of time talking to these people because we cannot recruit them. But, you know, you win some, you lose some. It's always good to have friends. And it's good to talk to people in the First Order district because we want to, you know, look inconspicuous, you know, just hanging out, just walking around with our other civilian friends. Nothing to see here. So Zoe is just chit-chatting with this guy before going to the other supply crate. And I didn't even realize, but there are more supply crates around. Like there's one near that other, um, what's it called? That other communications panel, control panel. Yeah, control panel. So anyway, we are going to go back and get another mission, and we can be recruiting people while we are on that mission instead of, you know, we're going to multitask. Multitasking is good. So oh, see, I knew I was going to call her Harper. So Zoe is, you know, making the long trek there and talking to this guy for a new mission. And it is a good one. We are going to meet a new person. It's this woman with blue-ish hair, which is literally right next to her, and I didn't even. I was like, "Where's the ship?" It's right next to you. I'm obviously an expert gamer here. What you get to see is me and my first time through this game, so this is what it looks like when you don't know what you're doing yet. But she does need to get those parts to fix the ship so that she can fly it in a distraction mission. But she also needs to scramble the traffic in the First Order. Like I said, there's a lot of um, travel for this path. But first, we are going to go around and find parts for the ship rather than, you know, go back and forth and back and forth. So we are going to start with that and get all the parts we need by collecting scraps around. And they actually respawn really quickly, so I was able to find some in some similar locations that they were just at. And I'm just checking her inventory for those parts to see how many more we need. And you can see that scrap pile respawned really quickly, so that was good. And then there's another one right over there, and then we're all set to fix the ship, which is good, but we cannot fly the mission until we scramble the traffic, so we are going to do that next and head over to the First Order District. And now we are going to find that control panel again. And I really thought that I was getting the hang of this location and where everything is, and I just still have to look around for a little bit in order to find things. So that's fine. Um, I came back over here because I was hoping that she was actually talking to that civilian from last time and that she could recruit, but it was not to be. So she is scrambling the traffic. Also, I think I misunderstood her rank. For some reason, I was like, she has a new mission, she's a new rank, and that's just not true. It's just not true. So we have no reason to talk to the civilian because we can't inspire them to join the resistance anyway. Also, she got electrocuted again. Typical. I'm gonna run out of data spikes if I keep guessing like this, but we have plenty of credits to use, so I am not too concerned about that. And this guy comes over here and he's in our way. So we strike up a conversation to take his place. And, we're actually pretty amicable with him. But we do want to get back to the resistance so that we can fly that mission. So we are here back at the encampment, ready for our flight, which is super exciting. Of course, I can't find the spaceship at first, but that's typical. And now she is going on her flight. And we have one option and immediately have to come back because everything falls apart and we damaged the ship. So that's fun. But we didn't get scolded for it, so that was nice. She just kind of said, wow, sounds like you went on an adventure. And we're calling it good, so that's fine with me. So we go for another mission. And of course, everyone wants to talk to us, so there's that. But we just pick an easier mission. I didn't mean to reset her, but that's fine. We are going to go on an easier mission, but first we have to repair the ship that we just broke. So I think that that's pretty cool too, is that she has to repair the ship. And now she is going to be able to take it out on this mission. So that is cool. She's just going to do some exploring, meet some new people, get some more backing for the resistance. And then she has to report back. And then I think, yeah, we do one more mission in this video. And it is the same mission, just because we want to get our rank up, and we already did the mission that gives us the plus plus for this, so we just really need to get to the next rank in order to get that next mission be available. So we're going to report back. Oh, I was wrong, I guess. Do we do one more? One more. but yes, it still involves more slicing of control panels in the first order. So we have to be careful here. She is rank 2 now, though. So she is going to work on splicing this control panel. And then she is also going to have to splice the other control panel in the center there. But of course, we're just going to make some guesses and use up all of our data spikes, which is just fine with me. But we will get it eventually, and then head over to that other place. And we are going to also get into this one. And, say to that officer over there, oh, just ignore me. I'm just hanging out, just standing here. Nothing to see. And they actually do just kind of walk by her, although I found well, I think that scoundrel wants to get to the control panel, but that's too bad because it's ours. And also a citizen walks by, and of course we, try to look inconspicuous here while we're recovering from that shock, but making friends with the scoundrel. And here is the civilian, and we try and get her to join the resistance, but apparently it's harder than getting people to join the First Order. I guess that makes sense, but I wasn't, again, anticipating it. So that's fine. But she did not like what we had to say, so we tried to be friendly with her, but she eventually got angry and stormed off, which is sad and also a little pathetic. So she's mad at us and she is not staying. Even though Zoey is having a good reputation, but this lady's just like, forget you. But the scoundrel likes us, so I guess that's okay. Anyway, she's completing her mission with the control panel and heading back to the resistance so that we can get this mission done. And here we are. Of course, she's hot-headed, so she's a little angry right now, but that's okay. We are going to report back. And this will be our last mission of this video, because what we're going to do next is the tried and true method of recruiting people to the resistance. We are going to go home. And, everyone else was kind of all in the red there. Of course, when I go home, they're all in the green, but they were in the red. And so what we do is we invite over some people we know. So first we invite over Estevan and offer him a place in the resistance. But also they end up going upstairs to do that, which I don't know why. But I did think, can we invite Harper to join the resistance? Honestly, I don't think that inviting someone to join the resistance actually makes them join the resistance. But I thought we'd give it a try. And we were successful to have Harper join the resistance, which is hilarious because she is rank 5 in the First Order. But, nobody here knows that, so that's fine. We invite over Anya as our last person, and also Teresa as an elder. But also, Anya came over the house. She's got this like gun in her hand, and I thought it was just so ridiculous that Anya shows up at our house in her snow snoot with a gun, and it's just, oh man. Anyway, we're gonna pick this up next time, so I'll catch you then.